So I'm like 99% sure that Genshin Impact is not going to end up releasing on the Nintendo Switch. For those out of the loop, yes, Genshin was supposed to release on Switch, but it obviously hasn't happened yet, and I think I know why. Now, to give a bit of background, a Switch port of Genshin was announced back in January of 2021, and it even came with an announcement trailer. However, we didn't hear much about the Switch version for a long while after. No release date or even a release window, no gameplay reveals, nothing. That was until May of 2022 when Hoyoverse's global PR specialist Xin Yang went on record during an interview with GoNintendo.com about their plans to still release Genshin on the Nintendo Switch. So while it took them over a year to mention the Genshin Switch port again after the initial announcement, it was still comforting knowing that the project was still in the works. But here we are now, over 2 years since the original announcement, and we still don't even have an estimated release window of the Switch port. So what could be going on? I think the answer is really simple. I think the developers of Genshin underestimated the time, money, and resources it would take to get Genshin to run well on the Switch hardware, and they are now simply waiting for Nintendo to release their next console. There's no doubt in my mind that Genshin could run on Switch, but it may just be too great of an effort to make that a reality. I mean, the Switch runs The Witcher 3, it runs Doom Eternal, it runs Dying Light and Zelda Breath of the Wild. Despite it being severely underpowered for 2023 standards, it still received a lot of third-party support, and yet it still does not have Genshin Impact. Now, if they are waiting for Nintendo to release their next console, then it may be years until we see Genshin on a Nintendo console, right? Well, according to some recent leaks, the next Nintendo console may actually be a lot closer than we think. You see, recently there was some leaks in regards to the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC. The leaker correctly stated that it'd be a 2-part DLC similar to the Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC expansion, and he even said that the Scarlet and Violet DLC legendaries would be a green Pokemon wearing a mask and a blue turtle. Keep in mind, this was all before the DLC pack was officially revealed. Well, their predictions turned out to be true, but that wasn't all that they ended up leaking. They also leaked that a big graphical patch was in the works for Scarlet and Violet, but not for the current gen hardware. They specifically stated that it was for a new Nintendo console and that that console would release alongside Scarlet and Violet's second DLC expansion in early 2024. So if this leak is true, it confirms a few things. It confirms that the next Nintendo console is going to be backwards compatible with the current Switch, since they are working on that Scarlet and Violet graphical patch for the new console, and it also confirms that in around a year's time, we will have new Nintendo hardware. So going back to the Genshin Switch dilemma, why would they continue to spend time, money, and other resources on getting a Switch version of Genshin out when they can simply wait until early 2024 to release on the new hardware? Not only would it be easier for them to make a Nintendo version of Genshin this way, but it'd also be easier for them to keep it updated and maintained alongside the PC, console, and mobile versions. The number one issue holding the current Switch back is its outdated hardware, and if the leaks are true, in just a year that will no longer be an issue. So if it were me, I'd definitely just wait it out and release Genshin on the new hardware. It's been 2 years since they announced that Genshin was coming to Switch, and if it hasn't happened yet, I doubt it's going to suddenly happen in the next few months. But I could be wrong, and knowing my luck, the game will be out on the eShop next week just to really shove it in my face. At the end of the day, this is all just speculation, and of course, nothing is fully confirmed until Nintendo or Hoyoverse says something. But what I'm really interested in is hearing your thoughts on this matter, so let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you made it this far into the video, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. I got a lot more awesome Nintendo content coming your way, so you definitely don't want to miss out on that. But with all that being said, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.